Okay, here we go. Today is day 6. It was the 18th of January, Monday. Uh, First and foremost, I had my first craving attack tonight. It was kind of non-threatening because the thing that's tempting me is 800 miles away. I grew up in Flint, Michigan, and there's a local meatpacking plant there, Kogel, and they have to be the world's best hot dogs. I don't know if it's how they spice the meat. I don't know if it's the casing. I don't know if it's nostalgia. I don't know if it's just that I'm 6 days into this diet and my body's starting to realize that its daily caloric intake has been ripped back to pretty much nothing, probably about 2,000 calories a day. But for some reason, I started really, really craving one of those things. So dug in, toughed it out, kind of metaphorically just tied myself to a bed and rode the craving through. So one of the things I did tonight was to continue catching up on my DVR, stuff that was recorded, while I was out in December, out for New Year's, and then just some of the backlog for the last 2 weeks now. Finally got to see the season opener of Biggest Loser, which is why I'm not wearing one of my cute, ironic t-shirts today. I am taking up the challenge that Bob and Jillian set in the middle. Since I'm new to Carrie, and only about 10 to 15 people know who I am, and a good number of them have seen me shirtless in various contexts, I'm making myself visible to the internet. So this is me taking my shirt off. This is me letting my belly flop out. So, at some point in time, as I continue on this journey, I want to talk about that show because it has kind of been a catalyst, both in a positive and negative way, but I'm trying to keep these relatively short, so I will probably hold off on that for another session. So I shut the fucking TiVo. So, God. So, ended up going to the gym today and actually had a huge breakthrough. I've been trying to do my endurance walking at about 3.5 miles an hour. First, I started off with about 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and 15 minutes. For some reason today, I don't know if it's the protein that I've been taking that's finally built up some of my muscles. I don't know if I just had a surge of adrenaline. I don't know if I just had this kick-ass mix on the iPod. I did 30 minutes at 3.5 miles today, and then did the next 15 minutes of my second set at 3.5 miles. So I'm going to see if I can keep that up. My goal for the short term is just to try and start walking a constant hour at 3.5. Once I can do that, then I start to push it up to 4. Once I get leveled off at 4, then I can start walking at 4, and then get the runs at 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. Just keep building up resistance to the run as I continue through this. So, yeah, good news from the gym. I was really pleased and really psyched when that happened. It's the little things as you're going through a process like this. Cooked at home tonight. Again, Drew had kind of a late lunch, so I was sort of on my own. So went to Harris Teeter, picked up the stuff for another salad. Just cooked up some chicken breast really quick, threw the lettuce down, chopped up tomatoes, put a couple other things in there. I'm going to experiment tomorrow. One of my big pet peeves, unfortunately, my housemates don't keep the kitchen as clean as it should be. They don't keep it clean to the point where I'm comfortable cooking in there. Just everything is a mess. Dirty pots and pans everywhere. They let crap stack up in the dishwasher. And usually I have to be the fucking maid who goes in and cleans everything up. And I figured since I'm not cooking, there's no reason for me to go in there and clean up the messes that I'm not even partaking in. Today, though, when I was at Harris Teeter, they had some pre-prepared steak on clearance, stuff that was probably going to expire tomorrow. So I'm going to try my first real cooking project since I moved to North Carolina back in August. I'm going to do a beef and broccoli stir fry. So I've got the steak that I picked up. I found some broccoli and cauliflower. Picked up some sugar snap peas, some bean sprouts, green pepper. Since I moved, I pretty much left all of my cooking stuff in a dumpster in Orlando. It just doesn't make sense when you're moving, 700-800 miles to bring a lot of groceries with you. So had to pick up obviously the bottle of soy sauce and a couple other things. So I'm gonna see what happens with this tomorrow. I haven't cooked in a very long time, and one of my goals with this project is to start being a little more hands-on. Getting away from convenience foods, getting away from prepackaged foods, just getting foods that I know where everything came from. I've got a little more control over the construction of the foods. So that's pretty much the end of day 6. Tomorrow is day 7. 94 days to go. This will be my first week on this trip. So we will see what happens.